Hello everyone. So today I think I will just share my screen first. Okay, what I will share today is a n8n workflow to automate some financial comparison on the financial report and generate some dashboard. I will also use the code note over here to do some customization to have a different style and different layout of the financial dashboard. So let us quickly look at the material for today. I have actually downloaded some of the quarterly financial report for some of the listed companies in Malaysia, 7-Eleven, 99 Speedmart, and MyNews. So basically, we can see that although the financial reporting standards is actually consistent, but different company in their report, they will have a different way to present their report. Hence, sometimes some of the investor or financial analysts that need to manually eyeball the report and plug the figure into their financial model to do the analysis. What we do in n8n over here is that we actually start from the form submission node, followed by the split node. Because what we are going to do, we will upload the 3 files one shot and let the 3 files to be processed by Gemini OCR. Then we extract some of the key metrics. So for the purpose of this presentation and sharing, we will just extract the revenue, net profit, and gross profit, like what we can see here. Okay, cumulative quarterly revenue, current period, prior period, then gross profit for current period and prior period, net profit for the period for current and prior period. We will just extract all this information over here. After that, we will do some styling to make it become a financial dashboard. So let's have a look. Okay, from here we will actually upload the financial report, the quarterly financial information for 7-Eleven, MyNews, and 99 Speedmart. After that, we just upload and the workflow will run by itself. Okay, then it will return a file that we can download over here. So this is an interactive financial statement that actually in our code, we just set it to compare with different company at the left. So from here, we have the MyNews holding over here, 7-Eleven, Speedmart 99. Okay, so this is some of the key metrics over here that if let's say we want to look at the company's standalone financial information and dashboard, we can look at it here. If you want to see the comparison for all 3 companies, we can see over here. This one is a revenue comparison. From here, we can see that 99 definitely has more consolidated revenue. Then net profit, their GP margin, market share, and some of the detailed metrics comparison over here to let us at a glance easier to view their comparison. And this one is automated by putting through the code node in the n8n. It's over here. So basically how I did the code node is through the white coding. Get the AI to understand the input data and use it to do the coding. So for this dashboard, actually AI code it like 1.3 thousand line. It's quite a lot. Okay, so now we do a quick presentation and sharing how do we use actually the AI to tweak a little bit on the desktop presentation. From here, we can see that we use the Shopee theme, the Shopee color, and the Shopee logo over here, because this is actually one of the workflow in my past training. There are some of the participant is from Shopee, so we use their company as a sample study. So if let's say right now I want to change the logo to another company and another color tone, okay, what we can do is we can actually make our wish over here. Okay, firstly, this is my habit. I always tell the AI what am I working with now. I'm working on n8n. Please help me update my JavaScript code node. Change. Oh no, my G is not working. Hold on. Okay, I'm working on n8n code node. Please help me update the JavaScript to change the color theme to Petronas. Okay, so basically Petronas is one of the Malaysia oil and gas GLC. Then we can also put their logo in. This one is just to demo, to demonstrate how does it work. You can copy the image address here with the corporate logo, this one. Then most importantly, we need to copy paste the code node. Okay, from here to here. So the crop can actually help us to update. Okay, then after that, it will start to do the writing already. So while waiting Claude to code the code out, I think we can share a little bit more on this workflow. For here, once you have already get AI to code the code node that you want and set it over here, basically you can reuse this workflow as long as the metrics you want to analyze, the formatting doesn't change. So this solution is actually scalable, especially for some of the financial analysts that do some money analysis for some of the targeted company on a routine basis. Basically, the input format can be quite consistent. And you learning how to get AI to write the code for us is another technique also. But along the time, as when you pick up your skill set, it's not that difficult to do it. And also for here, at the end of that, we let the form actually return the file for us. This is a pretty useful scenario whereby if let's say now you are the developer of the workflow, but you are not going to use the workflow at your own, you can share it with your colleague. What will colleague see is just like a Microsoft Form Outlook. For example, now I set the workflow to be production ready, activate, and I copy the production URL. If let's say now I want to share with my colleague, I just pass the URL to them. They just log in this URL and see this interface. What they can do is they can just upload the financial report over here. Okay. And after that, they will see the submission is in progress. When it is completed, the window will navigate to the next completion window and the file is ready to be downloaded by them. Okay, so for the user perspective, they are unable to see what is happening at the back end, what's going on, all this kind of thing. Okay, so in the end, what you can see is over here. Okay, there's an execution button showing that the workflow is currently running. When it is completed, it will turn into the green color and they will return the file back to the users. Let us have a look at Chrome, see whether it has completed the coding or not. Okay, it's still writing. So one of the basic pitfall where people try to copy the code coded by AI, right? They will just copy it without knowingly that it has completed coding already. So it's always good to just check through whether has the AI really completed their job. Okay, for this one, it takes pretty long to run compared to the initial screen that I have shown just now, because in the testing mode, right, if you see the purple color border of each node, it's actually we sort of pin the data already. Okay, over here. Because in testing mode, sometimes we don't want to reload the OCR again, it will take some time. So just now when I first shown you how to get the report is in a testing mode. That's why it come out the output pretty quick because all the data has been pinned. But in a real scenario, it will take quite some time for the VLM, Visual Language Model, to OCR all the three files, because you can see the files, right? It's either 17 pages, 15 pages, and 19 pages. So basically, it will take some time for the VLM to process the file. And if let's say you are interested to see how many token was consumed to do the OCR, you can always toggle this simplified output button. Now I toggle it on, so the output is actually quite simple. If you off it, it will show how many token was actually consumed by reading all the documents for the data. Okay, now this has already finished coded, but my workflow is still running. Maybe while waiting for it running, we just explain in detail how each node functioning in this workflow. So for split out, it's actually it try to transpose the file from single item over here, one item in through, 3 items over here. Hence, the AI will actually treat it as a separate item to process it differently. Then for here, once the item, okay, this one has been completed already, you see, and then this is done. Okay, then it will return the file for you to see. So this is when in production, things has been done. Then the user will only see, okay, I upload a file. After that, I can return with the output that I want. So right now, we also have finished coded to change the color theme and the logo. Then what we do is copy the code back to our JavaScript code. Okay. Then from there, we just use the developer mode to see how things run. We can unpin the data over here. All right, we just unpin it. So it will load again. Then right now, we also outload the same thing. I think to cut short the video recording time, we are just comparing two company. Okay, so it wouldn't take so long time for it to load. Okay, so from here you can see after the file outloaded, these two entity. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, these two entities they are treated as one item. All right, that's why after the split node, you split the things out. It will become 2 items over here after the split node. This is the logic. Then when analyzing the document, it will actually analyze the document one by one, then pass to the information extractor. Information extractor is basically just to extract the information that we want out from the content read by the visual language model. In this case, we are using Gemini. Then from there, we use the aggregate nodes to make everything into a single item, pass it on to the code node to do the coding for dashboard generation. Then after that, we use the form ending part to return with all the dashboard to the user, so the user can just open it directly. So apart from that, you can actually do quite a fair bit of thing. For this particular scenario, we are generating a financial dashboard. If let's say you want to have some analysis portion done by the AI, you can just call out the AI agent and link it with the model to do the analysis part. So n8n workflow is actually very flexible and scalable, depending on what is the things